Bone. That's not even the right thing. Hello. We's back. We just go Elysium. Last session, last week, things went from bad to worse. You know, I thought it was pretty straightforward. Everything was going great. Talking to people. We got Ruby on our side. We got all this stuff. I'm like, all right, we got this case. And then the mercs went crazy. They all had they said, oh, these guys had various forms of PTSD. They had extremes. There's that one killer dude. He had problems. The radio op, she wanted to shoot. Dude was Laylee's brother. Didn't know that was gonna be a problem. So yeah, they shot up the Hardy Boys. I think we lost 3 or 4. You know, I got fucked up. I just gotta wake up and go back to do more work. It's a tough life out here for a cop. In Revelation. That's what we gotta do. Man, I was like, I think I'm gonna look at this art, because we're just at the bay here. This is really the foreground is encapsulates all we're gonna travel to. But just look how massively sprawling this city is. All these districts, we got hills. It's all over. It's over like a archipelago. I think the entire archipelago is covered by this city, country, city, state. So just look how massive it is, and we only see this poor old district, and we'll never see it again. But I found out that like the main writer, game director, wrote a book in the setting, so I might become a book reader. Look, the door's open. You can walk right into Kim's room. See, gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. Dang, he had a shittier one than I did. Except for 6:50 a.m. Medicinal supplies in the cupboard. Mercurochrome, scalpel, antibiotics. Half-finished paperwork. These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork. Half-finished. You make out notes in this and other recent cases.
I had got opened the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer.
It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. Let's go.
The window's fixed. Place class, shining in the morning light. Today, player's been reunited with its right speaker. Did I have pants here the whole time that I never wore? Gotta get that full RCM on. Oh, those are oversized. First thing we gotta do. What we got? The leg hurts. If you don't run, it'll be okay. Okay. Okay, I gotta be slow. Gotta see her room. She left something on the table. What clues does she have for me? Cautious notes. Next to a stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in a large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
Then turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shells above. Could this gift be?
I am not drawing my gun yet, but I don't like gifts.
Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you. Seems you left in a
It's
hurry.
hardly surprising.
Let's go. I was tipped off that they were coming. You don't even be tipped off to see them doing stuff. Did you go to the gym during this wet morning? Yes, I did. Your boy got that backy on. Shoulder's still sore from fucking when I did chest on Tuesday, though. Should really clean this place out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing.
Let's see upstairs. It's tired as fuck to go to the gym. That's why you go to the gym first thing in the morning. Or in my case, it was second thing in the morning. I had to go watch the Regloss 3D. A red thread made of nylon leads out to the room and onto the roof. It's tied to the antenna. I must become a physical instrument. It's crazy that that's like not a physical instrument. -2, we don't want that. I still don't have any chance. It's not even worth it. I need to get I need to get the stuff together. The look. This is the face of a real cop. Fucking authority boning though. Where's my cap? We're good here. You see the same two neon lit shapes, a man and a woman. And now a red thread bisects this room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly. A ray of backwards motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, up A prime, to then widen to a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. Where does the thread lead? It suggests the bullet came from extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime. Island in the bay. She's trying to tell us the shot came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
How did she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, sitting on that roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
No, of course we don't trust her.
I don't know. At this point...
He stops mid-sentence. What difference does it make? There's only one This is the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet.
So it is.
For a second, he seems tired. You seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
40 times. You're a 40-day viewer. Did you watch last night as well? Fucking 40 banger. But you sleep for half the streams anyway. He doesn't really believe his will yield anything. Maybe we need to go to the island. Wind blows in from the open window. Lieutenant sighs, looking at the cold distance across the water. He is trying to justify it to himself. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around. Martinet is looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there? I don't have anything to say. This is just something we have to do, Kim.
I understand.
I'm going to the island. Are you in?
Of course, of course. I'm in.
He takes a second to gather himself and says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian the net picker. She's tarring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Alright. Finally, I can use Lillian to go to the beach. Let's go to the island. Oh, you have levels? Let's see what I have with that +1. Where's my favorite shirt? %, not even worth it.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did. Thank you. Big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He really wants you to realize they're also in the balcony looking by. In the danger zone, so to say.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Are Lena and Morales in town?
Ah, them. Nice people, but no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock. I saw them pass by outside. This was before the fight started. I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. I had to take action and step outside too.
Okay, yes, that's for the best. Ah, but we weren't done looking for Phasmid. For the Phasmid.
I mean, you're a detective. Perhaps you can track them down. Shouldn't be that hard.
Exactly, but all in due time. Crypto business is not a priority right now.
We'll see her again one day. You know, things went like they did for a reason.
Oh, fine, hero cop. Lena left a forwarding address. 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. If you see them again, do give them my best.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him. Just nod, stoically. Nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badass men nodding stoically. Make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding too, hands crossed. Alright, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Goodbye.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
God damn. They lost everyone. It's only been an hour. Time for a nap. It's not even been an hour. I've been here for like 20 minutes. What have you done with your life? You gotta check that sleepiness. Seeing you approach the bruised man, raises his beard and broke him.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately.
It's a result of hard work. You ain't even do that back day today.
That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
Looks at you with unmistakable respect. Every night.
I
On my
guess
back.
what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
Extends his hand. This is big. This is big. As big a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances. Shake his hand and nod in silence.
How can I help you?
His grip is strong and friendly. I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Dio was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Here it comes. The last one's the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
It's just random. Hold on. What about that shanky fella?
Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him. He'd better run real fast now. Real fast.
Skin. Born in this world to die, it seems. Maybe there's redemption in that. At least it ends one day.
Man, getting shot has really squeezed all the funk out of you. Mark my
looks at
words. One day we'll look back at this day and remember their courage, not their deaths.
Right. But today ain't that day yet, is it?
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
Tone of the statement is a matter of fact. As though we were talking about picking up a morning newspaper on his daily walk around the block. That's not gonna bring back.
We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known what happens to cowards. And then,
Thinks for a moment.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy. by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
He's right. The numbers are replaceable. In an organization of thousands of men, there are plenty who'd join him. Do you know what happened to Klasha?
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
The emphasis on that fucking. Even after all that. Hell, he's still bitter about her. Tyus, after all we've been through, love with me. Really liked it, didn't you?
Nope.
He did. Okay, got it. Hey, what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
Just a nice little loose milkers. It seriously amuses him how hard these guys typecast themselves.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellows. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Janrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
Matthias Hardy himself would make a good officer, and was born to lead. Arsim could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, because the Hardy Boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Cool legends now. Un jour. Hold on. Pour un jour, je serai de retour près de toi. Un jour, je serai de retour. Just read it. Graffiti has been pasted over by the traces of the fight that took place here. Tons of blood and heavy fuel oil. Oh yeah, un jour, one day, je serai de près de toi. Okay. So I know. Okay. Hold on, I'm working. So that's one day I will return. I'm guessing je serai is the will. I will. Je serai de toi. Combining two verbs. This is like high school fucking French with middle school French. We're out reactivating. Gotta hit that fucking the fable. Gotta reactivate the French in me. This was Cindy the Skull. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece. Lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
Smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? Trying to imply fingers. You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy, throw it in there, you know, see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. It's safer. Did you see that? Who's gonna have a fucking heart
Everyone
attack?
says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool.
Who's saying that?
People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I guess that's what's cool now. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason. Okay.
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out there. But Kuno's got his eyes on you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who knows?
Say ain't nothing to Kuno. We should have had Kuno there. Kuno could have dealt with all the problems at once.
Mon Dieu, officer. It is worse than I thought. Believe me, I know all about that kind of pain. I've had hip trouble for the past week. Maybe it's time to slow down, enjoy life a bit. Anything I can do to assist you?
Bye for now. These are my tasks. Go to the island, light the graffiti on fire.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Yep, that's some little girl talk right there. Every snowflake is like a gift from the sky. Unfortunately, we're walkers now. Could probably reach out to those two again, but I don't have any reason to. Oh, did not mean to touch that at all. Allez-vous-en! Allez-vous-en!
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee. You seem angry. Why?
Look at you. You can barely walk.
It's nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like you've got banged up real good. What happened to you anyway? We heard gunshots from the town. They were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tide just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
2 days of sunshine. I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with Ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. Be sad to lose the first one.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
If I want to rock.
See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that?
What's on that island? Nothing. Just ruins. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the Cumbernaws. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in that landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it. Hasn't been there himself. That's it. You guys said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution. Against the coalition forces, before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye aye, Captain. Thank you. Use your skiff to get there.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Be seeing you. Let's see what these twins know. Scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watch them do it. Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
On that island?
One who's busy kicking the stone points to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great.
I feel like they got their kid, but I feel like they're just too young of kids. They had to voice them. They're able to raft over. I'm expecting them to be like 9, 10-ish. This sounds like a 3, 4-year-old.
And we make a fire. We make a fire. Gather the sticks for the fire and bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them over there from the war. This could be important. Shells?
I don't know what those are.
What then?
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
They must mean a human being. On that island. It's cut off. Someone lives then on the island.
No.
The boy answers, shaking his head vehemently.
Yes.
His brother looks at him and then at you.
Let's go with yes.
He raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Why is he the fire guy?
Because...
Boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put out the fire?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
As laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier. What's something about lights?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Points to the street light.
Yes.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go on that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't.
His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying. Your father did not kill himself.
I don't know.
The boy who made the claim finds himself unsure of it. He looks around.
Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy.
Two things are unconnected. The question didn't make sense. Is all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? Clearly, he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Bye, kids. Take care.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Found this jacket. Well, I got shot.
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
Guess you're right. The men with guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
More Pringles. Found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah.
I could use a breather before another rainy day begins.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Goodbye. I'm off. Oh, put the tech on. Man had the tech on. Fuck my shit up. Ew, they call them crisps. Just give it a small steering engine in the back, floats on the calm near the sea. Those 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. You pull the star handle and you're off into the bay. Strange trepidation comes over you. Sure you want to go now? You have all necessary preparations. Closed all your accounts. Remember, Netpicker said, small tank. We'll be going back and forth on this. Alright. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
What's that? What? How else do we blast Sad FM on your way? So, you heard me. Don't make me repeat myself.
Fine. Why not?
Very cool. Now tune it to Sad FM. You know you want to. Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. Seems to know its frequency by heart. Get in and ride to the island. I really do have the boombox out. It's sad boy hours.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever.
It's like a Sprite Zero. 0 calories, full of chemicals that will kill me. I got a real-time watch me move through here. Maybe I should have checked on them again. See what's happening over here. Something up ahead. Let's think if we'll land.
Want to be free. Eternally.
ROO A72 motor skiff. The boat comes to a slow stop. Lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
He whispers. We climb out. Makeshift bridge. The bombs are powerful enough to break the foundation. First, a train trails off into the ocean. Chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast. Pointing to its end. This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes. So it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure, locking off the side of the bay. Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
This means I sort of got into the depot door.
Technically, no, it doesn't.
That's right. tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. Alright, that's just so I can get down here. Attention, inflammable. Ah, this is where the oil is. Some fuel is leaking into the barrels. Black, viscous. Hearing trace of mazout in the air. This barrel says ICM. See a star with little specks in it. Wait to get up there. The stairs are gone. So it's an armament rest. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Microgrid generator. An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold.
If everyone stayed there, they'd need a generator. Tap on the side. The hollow ring of the canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down to the ammo lift. What does this mean? A generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
Why is it here?
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
Wind outside picks up suddenly with a faint howl. Inside it's warm. Mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. Spring mattress. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft covered books. White linen and a pillow are visible under worn out karakul blankets.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently? You forced the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
No time to rest now.
Yes, any time. If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
You don't have to be a hero.
The offer still stands.
See cows found on a broken rangefinder. Moth-bitten bed sheet keeps the wind out. Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor on an open makeshift cupboard. They're not particularly well organized. Sit through them. Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique, and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This desperate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T and T Harpin, husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to the pulp. Literatka, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh, your boy got that conceptualization build. Enraged by commies is crazy. Oh yes. Under the bed, there's a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, dour, life, non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Elysium. It's not exactly light reading. Look, Kim. A book, left-wing. I have no comments, do you? Look, Kim. Deranged, commie ranting.
Ooh, yeah. I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West.
Monsieur Mark has failed to provoke him. Critical theory books. What do you think this means?
Again, I am not a philosopher, but whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting. Balm Airwear shirt. A great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off it. See a small metal door, and that's inside a larger one. Heavy steel blast door. It's a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small. It's on the other side.
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
Looks at the door. Then look at bigger brother. And at the lock. He's right. You'd be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. Let's control the back door. Right. We open the big one. You see controls?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
I love chip. Hot chip, little chip, big chips, middle chip. That's our console. Hatch is jammed shut. Firing slits. We can't see inside. Gotta return. Been direct hit for taking out such a huge chunk. It's the sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo in the water. How many bullets do I have left? One bullet. Which is broken. Elysium, what remains of the chain. Strange feeling, looking at the water. We should just wander off into the sea, leave it all and walk. Why? Upstairs, someone there, under the water, waiting for you. Where it has always been. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Baby, you know it's going to hurt. But it's cold. Yes, cold and still, but love is warm at the inside of her mouth. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. No, no. Not starting with that one. Not now. Not this time. The star's over. Raise your sight. In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices of ruin reach into the water, like shimmering towers, and the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries. Upside down, islets and posts like stepping stones leading to the water in front of you. Go, step in. It's been too long. Shake your head. Pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. Inside the fortress, and we got the constant in the blast door. The post applied this chain is long gone from the coast. Lum fuel canister. Weather artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Rivershell. Old medicine cabinet, newly stocked to throw, Consciousness. There a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by a crumbling roof. At the head of it, doubled embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Lieutenant lowers his voice, stepping close to the handling gun. Inspect the mattress. Single person mattress. Modern. Civilian use. Brand name Marjorie. There's a fuel stains on the cover, along with cigarette burns. An empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. Pick one out of the can. Still of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Chumutiri. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Droin, local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Chumutiri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar. Chumutiri, the ones we found in Land's End, remember?
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall. There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Touch the concrete first. Quite old and grimy, from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. Look through the hole in the concrete. Springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. Small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting, 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. On the left, a towering skyscraper, its top floor is shaved off by artillery fire. Cape Side Apartments, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B. The right. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10. The doomed commercial area. Good luck with Eastern. I believe in myself. I'm a great detective, alright? Idiot detective, but a great detective. I got all the points I need in logic and visual calculus. What's my points in visual calculus looking like? 8's enough. Between the two, the box-shaped silhouettes of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Classia's room. There it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than that. Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I'll be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
He pats you on the back. 3 small pats in a row. Affirmative. Yeah, that's what we do. Look, I believe. Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many times pointed elsewhere.
He already likes me. You know, he trusts me. You know, we almost died together. Six people are dead. We could have prevented it.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
Looks north over the fortification, then adds. Lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island. He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
We should move now.
Turn around. Oh, there's stuff I can take from here? I mean, let me take some drugs, am I right? Alright, we're gonna go take a rest first. Trying to put us at the end of the day, probably, but it's probably best for my hip. Feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where. It's too far for me to be able to shot. It is a weird outsider that took the shot here. Our rush is below, far down below.
The offer still stands. Take it. You don't look so good.
A little shut-eye. Just an hour. If you face the concrete wall, there's less light there. Dark corner, like a dog, you lie there. Curl up with your knees close to your chest. Blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe? Sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness. Right next to the mattress. Slowly the world begins to catch in the blackness. It's evening. Where's Kim? Where's Kim? Lieutenant's no longer here. Go outside to the beach. I have no health bar. Access to anything else really. Door's still closed here. Feels strange somehow. Can't get in. Go down to the chain. There's something there. Do it. Walk into the water. You see her footprints on the water. Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Turns around to face you. She has an airship bag in her hand. She must be in a hurry. Okay. Don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way, you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Mundi and Insulinde. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back. Win her back? How does that fit in here? And what is the holy suzerain doing here anyway? Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
Not doing very well.
Don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
She looks over her shoulder. This is everything I always warned you about. Something's off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, looks at her bag. Which means she doesn't have time to tend to her emotions. You have time to tend to my emotions. She sighs and looks over her shoulder. What are you doing? Stop saying things like that. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
A crown of mortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this?
Cracks the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
Looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say, and over her shoulder.
Anyway.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. One more massive, epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try it now. I know you still love me. Does he get the kissing? You know, we got that move. You know, we can get it. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips to her, on her mouth. She's not kissing you back. But I succeeded. It's not about failure or success. It's always going to be a horror. You should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me. Feel her breath, chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs. Hidden, distant, kept safe from you. Her cheeks against mine. Feels like a soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries. The world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. You're stealing a touch. It's not yours to take. Cold silver against my forehead. Delicate wreath on her forehead. Pressing into your temple. Silver's cold from the spring evening air. Squeeze her wrist. Her hands does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it. Distrust for you. The curve of her spine, her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff. Her center guarded from your motions, unresponsive to your guidance. Move your mouth. Nothing. Just pillows against you. Unresponsive. For the taste of apricots. Apricot scented chewing gum. You're not kissing me back. What is ending? She's going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew, and you held onto her hand, she tried not to look at your face. It's the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you. You're the apricot chewing gum scented one.
No, I'm just Dora.
Why'd you kiss me back?
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you.
Sit then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
She slides her hands down her chest, onto her lower stomach. Smiles.
I'm pregnant.
Is it mine?
Of course not.
She looks down her belly, then up to your old eyes.
I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more. You're not even human. That's not a good way for things to be.
It's not. But
She looks at her feet. Little golden sandals cover her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
That's it?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
Where? In hell? Stop. You're making it worse for him. You never help with anything. Good for me where? In fucking hell? Oh yes. She'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry. Are you stupid? She's about to say something. Here it comes. She's starting to love him again. Her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. Just a pained expression on her face. It's agonizing. See? She isn't saying anything. I understand. It was... She herself said...
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see? I'm bad. I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will get better. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know? I used to think I couldn't live without you.
She looks you straight in the eyes. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green.
But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight, but it's clear you're still making her sad. 20 years. That's so much time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
So you felt that way once? She cannot live without me?
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
It can't be like this. Maybe you can try again.
No, Harry. We can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up? With that logic. Not you two. We got some words out here. We are saying some words I just gotta look up. What went wrong when we tried again? I can do it better.
I don't know. Please.
Why? Why can't we be together?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
Eyes turn to sorrowful ovals. Who's turning to? Like, wow, that cop's crazy? Turning moist now, her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, pushing her hands in the ground. What do you mean by insane?
You know what I mean.
Everyone gets a little down.
A little down? You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions.
They're not lists, they're trees.
This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now.
No.
It's not just the lists or trees or whatever. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long. Until you start giving your thoughts names and talking to things. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
Mass murder?
That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. Plus, You're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now. I don't have time to defend myself from these accusations.
Stop making her angry. She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer, Sue. Sorry. You say you haven't behaved like a mass murderer with me?
You were very bad to me too. We've talked about it like 7 million times now. I don't want to do that anymore.
You're not even human.
I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this.
She looks around.
This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even...
No, you're special. You had glowing lungs.
My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of...
This is all meaningless.
It is. And it's making me late for my beautiful, beautiful flight to Morova. Far, far away from you and Rivershore.
An apricot as a ghost wafts out of her. Her skin, the fabric, until it flows the air around you. Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
You have sworn a holy oath, Harry. She herself begged you not let her go. But I swore to even let you go. You told me. You asked me to be this way.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
No.
Yes.
You ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
How will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness, after leaving you the first time, so long ago.
This is intolerably bad. No, fuck that. No, fuck that. I like this.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry.
This is crazy. This is just a crazy fucking line thought. Real darkness is not death or war, child molestation. It's love of her face. What a crazy world.
See you tomorrow.
So this is why he drinks and drugs. So he doesn't have to dream anymore.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Sleep was deep and invigorating. Try to cut up the blood seeping out of your hands.
Of course. I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on?
Solve the fucking case.
Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound.
Follow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island. Centimeter by centimeter. That's the next step in the task chain.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep. Empathy. What do I need empathy for? Green paint flakes off the monoblock aluminum cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. Run your fingers across the keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades. What's this then?
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. Open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer. Slide radio dial. Dial slides into the glass satellite. Make out defunct stations on the UKV's frequency. The words Feld Insula are written on the band. An idea lights up in your head. You can contact Suna, the programmer's lady. She could open the door for us remotely.
This is an air-gapped system. Of air, I think they call it. That won't work.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. But it would not be very good military technology if programmer ladies could control it remotely. Also, it's ancient, incompatible.
Turn emergency open.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
Since the dim lights is right. The boat engine. Failing that, we could go back to the mainland and get some from.
My kinema? I don't want to do that. Let's just look around.
That's crazy how quick he was to don't siphon my fuel. We don't even need a lot. We need a little bit, man. I'm bound that someone from the union would probably give us some fucking oil at this point. Like us. ICM. Feels familiar somehow. Kim. What's the ICM?
Insul Indian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like RCM. Sounds like the RCM, Revolutionary Citizens Militia.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice. Political thoughts rush through your neocortex. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant. Hearing is, we descended from the glorious Revolutionary Army. This sounds like ICP, very close to international collaboration, please. Nice and normal that way.
That's just a coincidence, officer. The Co-Mail was founded in 32.
A white star. Point to the star on the label.
No, an upside-down star.
with horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune. These speck stars too.
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean era symbol of Insulinde, known as the face in the sea. So, what's still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Freighter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Finished thoughts. Dry grass crackles into your feet as you stop. Far away, bird wings touch the still surface of the sea. What's that flutter? A flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away. 102, 105. Underneath the flutter. On the islet, there's almost no wind. Just the light movement of the air through the reeds. Bulrushes swinging the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. Like a silent orchestra tuning. Beginning of some major work. Beyond that, to the west, silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of the pine tree. To the east, the faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. For it, the sound of sand, a tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers. Ahead, a low hum. Air slowly moves through the concrete box, though its ancient slits and cracks resonating, hollow. A big building. Beyond that, further north, air flows out from the pillbox window. There's very little there. Air casts flowers in the meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. Below the silence, Col do Mama d'Aqua. Kim.
Yes?
Notice how quiet it is.
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
Wait, I have to listen to one more thing. Your eyes, stop listening. Oh, they're always filming. That's crazy. Pour fuel into the tank. Lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to fuel the tank as you tilt. Dark brown viscous fluid pours out and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red star switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. Lieutenant flicks the switch. Pull the rope. The recoil starts, wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Alright, so that's why I don't like Dolores Day. I've parceled her visage on my ex-wife or girlfriend. I think ex-wife seems there's also a case of a miscarriage and or abortion. A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint, like a ghost light. Urgent, Uwe reads one dial key. Allumer reads another.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Turn emergency open. Blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the lights shine in.
After you.
before, outside, when we were walking across the sand. I felt someone watching me.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here.
Get into another fight.
Don't worry. I have a gun.
I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. More stuff was hidden there. You see, that's why you gotta be looking around. That's a perception check right there. Walk slow. It might be dangerous. Small white flowers blossom all around you. We're dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Let's get a quick save in, just in case something happens. Oh, there's our shooter. An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. Guy has a big ball of spit in his mouth and spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. Raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything. Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
An old communard.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator and used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Belle McGrav?
It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move.
No.
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's head and says,
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Man lays the rifle down carelessly and looks at it laying down there, just like an amputated limb on the sand. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. Strange sadness like a song. What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present?
The present to be afraid and cold.
The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape, looks up into the sky. It's blue-gray, same color as the sea. Those words. The future teaches you.
Real music. Real Proletkult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
He just addressed that remark. I'm not a misanthrope. My half-dead police officer was just doing his job.
The job of a shitlicker.
What's La Revacholière?
It is the anthem of the world revolution. One of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was some Samaran shit, I guess.
How's it go? The song.
How did it go?
Looks at his own gun on the ground and shakes his head slowly.
Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
The gun laying on the sand. His gaze follows your motion. It feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched to places with tape and wire. Inspect it closer. This rifle's in shabby state. A crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed on the forearm, made of walnuts. On the butt you see Vespertine writing. Birds in the wood. Trangong 446mm, made in Xinjiao. It's as he said, it's a Trangong made in Xinjiao.
Worn, personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
The response of the old man. Plastic cape around his shoulders rustles like a small belt of wind. He uses jacketed ammunition. 4.46.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
He says, mostly to the old man. He speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this. Stow the gun. Old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches and suddenly. This looks very much like the murder weapon. Used against him to get a confession in time. So who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull. There behind them, across the delta, the Insercar building. Coalition. Government Insulindian Mission Control.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia. The army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07. Trained in the École de Contrôle Orient. And consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
Do When I say it equals 4. Been on this island for 43 years?
No. I've been on other islands, too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took.
For what?
For reaction to take hold.
It wasn't a reaction. You're just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
It remains unclear what it is. Makes sleeps he doesn't expect you to follow.
And this was when?
Ken instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out.
May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower.
He gestures towards it.
Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. But I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east. A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smiles of what he became. He didn't go to the map room.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction.
His eyes and stares right through you.
I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
Say nothing. Let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
And falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. Where's this place? This island?
It's not an island. What? It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing ship? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Murderers. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on though. There's a choice. You could have become self-employed. Create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies. It's the life of a dog.
Coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
How have you coped? Mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also live in hell.
At least you know it. The traders of this city turned the lights back on in the 30s, after the fighting stopped. Ruins, glittering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched in the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there, somewhere. Are they not heartbroken? How could they have not moved on? Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years? I guess you're done since the start.
43 years and 10 months.
That's steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
You just couldn't. You couldn't give up. She nods. Can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing.
Hell yeah,
waiting.
brother. We always gotta get a little fishing in there. Two police officers step out from the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Marie inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic. Dark red. Government marked heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minois points west, the fishing village. She glances at her watch. Meets in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. Officer go, leaving behind the writing, still smell of petroleum. One day, it says. I will return to your side.
Always waiting.
The old man turned his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
Women will always betray you. Do I do that? Do I say, it's a center box? It may still happen. It's one of these two. It's 2 or 4 is what I'm looking at. I'm afraid this will come out too fascist. I want it to sound sad because of his Dolores Day fucking wife. Take a risk. Take a risk in a thought bubble.
Women are more susceptible to bourgeois morals. The material base
That's
for an
fascist.
uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
What has he done? This confession will lighten the load. What have you done then?
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams.
So how have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead.
How'd you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Weapons cache under St. Kitts Lane 22B. The basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They're damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
Feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across. Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing. There's a small bunker near the Feld building. We stayed there.
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke chumachiri cigarettes?
I do.
Or smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing. You said this is your terminal surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
With the RCM. Let's leave it at that.
Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste dans ce monde. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
Spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pits. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said. The communards signed the revolutionary instrument of surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Honorable.
Honor is a feudal atavism. My motive is class.
So he's a communist soldier from the communist army.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Means you're a trained communist, right? Ah, it's in so trimmer. Nationalist, by the way.
You're a lumpen with a gun.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
Then turns to the old man.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body. I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Good person. I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time. Use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Kreno.
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire. The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th.
Oh, yes. That one.
Except this guy clacks his
Ugly
tongue.
piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
Then takes a sudden step toward him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. Instead of blood in the air. What else? There's something you can't remember. Done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
Lieutenant softens his voice.
You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascist. Done his part. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not have a scope. It was perfect. With a pair of binoculars I could have seen in the room.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Another sudden twitch, then one more in his right eye. Almost. Almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments against this. I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show me the Trangong 446.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
How would he have a good view of the tribunal from here? It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay, so what? I'll let divert you. We saved a lot of them. The leader Titus, we handled that situation.
You didn't handle anything. I watched it happen. You let those murderers rip right into them.
Yes,
Got most of them killed. Even the fat one. None of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
You're only getting diverted. Push the gun. Only the gun matters.
So you watched the fight. Did you like what you saw? The mayhem. It was all your doing. Your plan. You got them killed.
You don't know anything.
Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. Point to it.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the mirror weapon.
Good.
I feel like there's another gun.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Can't max out more composure. That's my problem. (4621) was a disturbing play. I maxed out so hard on so much things. Let's give that to empathy.
Murder.
Oh man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more. He's pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more. Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of the head. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clash's roof. Oh yes. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Maybells on Clash's balcony. Nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them. Let's get back off from them. Tell me this.
You're lost, Dwight. You're lost.
That's it for now, old man. Stay put.
I ain't going anywhere.
Alright, now we become composure man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I think I have one more thing that can be composure. Now what I'm looking at, +2 composure. Wow, this jacket makes you feel strong. Your blood is filling with that venerable Philippian royalist of old. Mixing. Does my blood need mixing, or is it good as it is? Apologies. You're right. The need for a strong central government has always been clear to you. You're a true patriot of Revachol, born to do it. I'm gonna clear the streets and restore the city to its former glory. If you like it or not, this jacket gives you serious nationalist cred. That is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head. Your mind tingles with all the manner of socioeconomic theory. It's fashion faux pas. Did I get rid of the hat forever? Oh my god, I got rid of the hat forever. Well.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
Alright, class. Give me what I need. Give me the motive. Love me. I can't see the answer. But love me and tell me you gave me motive. Because I need it. Please? Please? Help me out here. Please?
Minions of capital. What do you want?
This Pringle don't give me more strength than you could ever. Keep your negativity to yourself. Take a nap next time. Alright. Everyone, do the international signs of good rolls. Shake your dice high up. Shake 2 sets of dice high up. Back and forth. We want big rolls, big rolls, big rolls. Boom. How would you say that? Jerks me off. For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble who spent his entire life alone on a nomad island, He seems surprisingly fit. That's it? He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. A moment passes and he's there. One more time, Mr. Dross. Alright. Oh, gotta take that off then. Give me one minus one perception. Oh yeah.
Minions of capital. What?
Oh yeah. She knew Klasha. Somehow he knew Klasha. Why do you know Klasha?
Minions of capital.
One more time,
What do
Mr.
you
Dross.
want?
The Colonel. We need time to talk about you killing him.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
Drop of blood and saliva. That's right. Piled on him. 3 should do it. Maybe 4.
I saw you poking around there.
You had direct view. You've been here.
I'm ready.
Thing. Where's your scope? How did you make the shot without a scope? With everything else.
Forget about your stupid fucking scope. I don't know where it is. Find it yourself. It's your problem now.
Lost it. Just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push, push. Said fascists. Meaning you killed him.
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
He raised his hand. There's a twitch, then one more in his right eye.
Not a lot of guns around.
It's a real... You look... imbecile. I saw you.
You had you've been here a long time.
I'm ready.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into the window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you lost.
Alright, we gotta... I think we gotta find that. I don't want to call it just yet. So this thing is the bodies of a bunch of other people just sitting there. Ones that drowned. I kind of, pity the man. He did the classic child soldier maneuver of running away before the fighting starts, just to come back seeing everyone's dead. They probably got butchered up in there, from how he explains it. So, puts that blame on himself, and he says, I gotta go fight the fight. So at the same time, he's just old and bitter. Very bitter.
B triple prime. This.
Nothing here, nothing here. Okay. Let's go back to the bunker. Let's see what happens if I turn on the lights. Push light interior. Can't find anything else. I think my last chance was that composure check, but that didn't work out for me.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
Yosif Linovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of Elise Cotenaire. I put a little French on it. Cotenaire. Gotta remember he's Dutch. It's what you plan to say. Before you can get past, you're under. The lieutenant interrupts you.
Officer, are we sure? We could maybe get more.
One more thing, Mr. Dross.
Pretty bull. So
you had direct visibility. You've been here a long time.
I'm ready. Because it...
Not a lot of...
It's a real... You look... Imbecile. You lost what? Real music.
Laura Vacholier. Or she saw in the World Revolution.
There you go. 1 of 3. In Grad, they sang. My name. I am
the community
from the Insular Island. 43 years. No. I was in a resurrection, and there's nothing serious.
I think we gotta call it.
It's a farce.
I don't know. Will they let me go all the way back? If they let me go all the way back to get the flowers. It's a real test that they let me go back and get the flowers. Because I thought I was stuck here until it's over. If I could get that room with Klassia.
Are you sure? There are things we still need to do here.
Yep, okay, see, I'm stuck here. Alright, we're gonna just confirm it. It's time to pick our suspect. He's our shooter.
Minions of...
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Do you understand, sir?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
It's the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror. He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Thought you heard something, but it's just the reeds.
Maybe we could all fit in there.
Could all fit in the little boat?
Actually, no.
To have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here.
But then he watches him while you're coming back here. Watches him there while I come back for you. This is not a problem.
This is a problem. Who watches over him while I come back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Leon, you could ask her, maybe. You can just ask that nitpicker to watch
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Low the confusion and rage, a fit of déjà vu, like yours. Thought passes more pressing as to take its place. No, listen now. You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
No need to be polite. I'll do it.
This world? What are you talking about? Is this... us?
Voice drowns out in a sudden gush of wind. The wind is cold. From the east. Your skin crawls. Your skin is crawling suddenly. Let's move through that. Holy shit, it's the cryptid! Red Commodore and Speed. You know, they said it was big. I didn't think it would be this fucking. This shit's terrifying. Could you imagine seeing a fucking stick bug that big? I'd burn down forests. I would depopulate entire bioforms. Just make sure I never see a creature like that again. We are making, oh my god, moves. We are making a parking lot here. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds in the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. You'd love to meet one in real life. You're sick. Look at this thing. It wants to kill. That's a praying mantis of hate. Blink. It's still there. Unfolding mechanism of reed-like chisel hovering in place. What is that?
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
Looks confused. Oh, I didn't know I had a face like that. The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you, its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small. There is! I see it!
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there. Spinning slowly in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Lieutenant whispers and takes a step towards the giant arthropod. The creature stands on long stilt-like legs. Antennae hang from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that's not there. Reed-like tufts stick out its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning from the tape bricks. This is the Elysium's phasmid.
It is.
Of his jacket unzipping slowly, painstakingly so. Glance over your shoulder. Tin holds a piece of milled aluminum. Begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camper. Are you sure you won't scare it off?
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
Continues to pull the lens open. Cover your eyes. You see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. See the ultrasonic click fills your ears. Stop. You approach it first.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera, but does not put it down. He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turns in, its mandible antenna reaching out. Motions are quick as hand. Just listen to me.
Shh. Okay.
Puts his finger on his lips and nods. Spindly mechanism turns itself back to you. It's intending to talk, taking their measure of the air. Say something to it quietly. Something like, "Hey." Creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you. It's incredibly light. The slightest gust of wind could blow it away, but it doesn't. There's sadness in there. There's in you. The dream. It's still with you. Pitiful. Hey, you told her. Even now. Your corpse will be marked by stars. Laid the pheromone on thick. Oh, I still have pheromone on me? That's crazy. Approach carefully. Slowly, with your breath held, take 2 small steps towards the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter. A sort of happiness. The tracheal system of creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible like antenna to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. That other creature is crowned by reeds and its eyes are like small droplets of water. It's smelling me.
Maybe it is real, the pheromone.
Lieutenant's mouth is agape. But now, he is ready to believe anything. Insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales. The shape of its seed heads, they rustle as the air moves. The ventricles of its abdomen continue its expanding, like lunglets. Breathing in your shower greasy semiochemicals on the breeze. Raise your hand slowly. Insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there's silence. Raise the other hand too. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as each has a mind of its own. They are white like stalks of porcelain, sitting above you, praying to you. That's right. Pray. Don't pray to me. Nothing. Reed creature does not stop its stridulations. It towers above you, parting the reeds it emerged from. Tuft-like structures still rustle on its joints. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. No reply. Total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you. Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely. You're right. Little bubbles form for the mouth parts of this creature. On its segmented lower lip, it looks like to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
Lieutenant watches you, apprehensively. The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like a burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouthparts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one. Tell me, what are you doing? I exist. I exist too. What's it like for you? Fire. Burning. Fire where? On the horizon. Pale fire. This thing we're both sensing is coming to an end. What's your problem? Nothing ever ends for me. There's only room for 2. 3 pictures in my mind. For me, it's a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness. Being intruded upon. Transient. Dim. Moist. So what if the next picture doesn't come? This creature's not a photographer. Just the camera. Intruded upon? By what? Shapes of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light it only feels like something to me, to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. Few of us can begin to imagine the horrors of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass, eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, you wake, curled around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great empathy for you. It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together. That must be incredibly hard. The arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we are watching. When you're tired, the vision spins out of control. The insects will be looking on, rooting for you. When you fall, they'll come to raise you up, bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing, but not me, because I am just a leaf eater. Detective. Arriving. On the scene. I'm a detective. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. Reborn to detect. Born to detect you. Yes. No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years, I dithered, out of sight, dripped myself in greenery. This is my masterpiece. No one believed I existed. Almost no one. Till you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years. Is this a dream? What's happening? No. You are awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real. Where does this come from? All this. Around us. The world. Even the birds know that. Not even the water lilies. I need to know. Do I sense us by a god? I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum. What exactly are you? I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Isla. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with the trash bins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain, also by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the Citizens Militia in Revachol, district of Martinez, March 51. That's insane. No, you are. More of our encounter is, I am a relatively median life form. It is you who are total extreme madness, a volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale, too, came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Snidarians do not. The radically symmetricals do not. There's an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all. Wait, the Pale is human-made? It is a nervous shadow cast in the world by you, eating away at reality, a great unnatural territory. Its an advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind. I don't have that kind of power. You are a violent and irresponsible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Given enough time, you would wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident. How? You suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago. Organisms first started breathing. Only much worse. Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts. Here's how. Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nerve mirror. If you blink, are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget? I've already forgotten the whole world once, when I drank too much. So it's already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open to see that none of this ever existed. Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
Came right for the finale. You did. You came just in time to watch me talk to a big fucking bug. What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
No, I told you what it's about. Our fate.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all. No, there's one more. Of all the creatures I've met, you're the kindest. Thank you. Also, one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Forever shall. I'll try. She was hell on earth. Doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that. Okay, kid. Take the picture.
Okay.
The lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level. There's no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like a blade of sword. Phasm freezes in its bright light. Head turned towards the lieutenant. Hypnotized by the flash, it stands frozen before you.
I got it.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops into photo paper on his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you as a shadow before it. For all time. Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whiskers. The antennae hang at the great heights. With the hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the kite curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. The touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. You're surprisingly delicate. The curly end of the whiskers, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger. You're right. Glisten with some kind of moisture. Creatures in front of you stays frozen. Lick your finger. Tastes like sugar. Very faint. Arthropod towers above you. Tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike. Woodless, mostly comprised of water. Carefully petted scythe-like forearms. The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. Feel a soft push tip the creature over. Tall exocell collapsing. Run your hand up the slender limb higher. A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system. There's some kind of countdown happening, as it slowly processes the overwhelming brightness of the signal. Vertebrae is regaining control. Stimulus overloaded. It's passing. An extended moment, or a gallstone. We got it. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limb. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off. A swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you. Disengage slowly. As you're turning away, the phasm mirrors your movements, stepping on the water. The long limbs carry its feather weight without breaking its surface. Be gone, creature! Be free in this world! You, the last thing of happiness. And just like that, it's gone. Skating away across the sea's calm mirror, like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. Something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds. A collection of items.
It's gone.
Lieutenant looks north, with his hand raised to his brow. You can walk on water.
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that? In the reeds.
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
Now.
What now?
Old man behind you repeats suddenly. He puts his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black. Some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Tremble. The time is now. I can't speak Greek. What time? Time for the show. I can't speak Greek. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grid of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Can't speak Greek. What's that? What's that? Tau Ola? Fola? When did the countdown begin? Monday morning. The moment you arrive in this reality, the first crack of the sphere-faced god. From you it will spread. This is the world, just because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it? Yes! You spoke the words of the... I can't speak no Greek. The houses of Pericanasis. Oh, but now I can be Greek and English in fucking... Okay. Items, people. Even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That's why you marked yourself. I do think the world might end it soon. Face of a woman fractures. Bird killing. We all become vapor. Can't get anything. Thing's terrifying. Common 30mm sniper scope. Attachable to almost any bolt action 446 caliber. It's an older style, non-dotted range-finding reticle. Seaweed is still stuck on the lens, and it suffered water damage for its time of the Phasma dowry.
Yes?
Nope, looks like we got the
What is
scope.
What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the Phasmid?
See?
He stares at the reeds and falls silent. Hold on. AC off. It's cold.
Mr. Duras?
Man does not respond. Keeps staring. Black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking. Fear and longing. Snap your fingers under his nose. Light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Duras?
Trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What's happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
It's the Phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the Phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
It's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke. I couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Duras.
Response. This is how the Phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes. You forget it's there.
Mr. Duras, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of this it's in its company.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
No one would believe you without it. Found something in the Phasmid nest, Mr. Dross. Stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should show him the ceramic helmet. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left wherever it is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the Phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross. Turns his eyes to the reeds again. He's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid.
Let's observe lens sparkle in your eye.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will at this poor being. I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross. Plastic cape flows around his face. Gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Well, that's crazy. I want to wear the helmet. It's the bug face of these helmets. They got a real evil villain fucking helmet over there. Cornell. Oh shit, that's just the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
He says, adjusting his glasses, he looks out over the water. The skiff rocks gently under your weight as he gets in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. For the sound of conversation on the water, there's someone inland, waiting for you. Two men and a woman stand in the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. Reach the jetty and climb out the skiff. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Hey, we're here because
Look what the tide brought him.
Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it's completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with the sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. Where are his sunglasses? Wait, you're the man with the sunglasses.
That's right. And you're bleeding.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Okay, there's a giant.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
See, is making even him feel as though he has to justify your action.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence, as if he recalled that he's, in fact, a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Way to feed me to the wolves. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
That's right. They make this fucking nasty ass word, Lieutenant, because they're French. I'm out here saying lieutenant, like, it's probably something like that, or lieutenant. Lieutenant.
Harry, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit, kid. What an interesting one. How'd you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I understand, okay. I told you. But I want to do this one. Damn you, cafeteria manager. You've betrayed me for the last time.
Speaking of which, the giant aerograph in front of his building, in red, government-marked fuel. Did you do that?
It was this one junior delinquent.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
It's a shit kid.
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the phasma, the case. Is that all I've done?
No, because of all that you've done.
You aren't the man with glasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
I don't know why he hates me so much. It's too sarcastic for you to realize who he was. He doesn't know about the Kuno, the real shit kicker. Oh man, we need to send him to Kuno East. I think if we can get Kuno East in a box, covered in concrete, put it in the ocean, the world will be safe. Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years? Judging by familiarity you feel toward him, 2 years minimum. Maybe you're short, but close in on the task force. That's right, don't start guessing. Now's not a good time. So Trent, you never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
No, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends. I just have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
Why do you hate sensitivity training? You just gotta learn about sensitivity, my guy. Get some senses. Look at me. Best senses. So Trant Heidelstamm turns out to be special consultant Trant Heidelstamm.
Yes, I'm Trant Heidelstamm. I never said I wasn't Trant Heidelstamm.
Wait, what was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail is my son.
Oh, what was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
Him being with his son, it was not a coincidence. Difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the Feld building. See, Sodium stretched the Yayo from 10 meters away. 10 meters away? That's too short. Alright. At least 15. Alright. If I played the real druggy Harry, I wanted to be sad cop out of nowhere. Racist, fascist, feminist sad cop. If I beat fucking party animal Harry, he'd know all the Yayo. He just fucking spider sense that shit. Like, hold on. drug. So what are you special consulting?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this. Tell me at least you are who you said you were.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisoragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Oh, he says it right, thank God. Still caught up in the crossfire, too. You mentioned his task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstam, and Guillaume Baby.
And Tramp fucking Heidelstam. Coolest guy here.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Yes, first, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
Do? It's a
I
major
feel straight
crimes
sad,
unit.
just like it's like
We
just being
cleared
good.
the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
It's like straight sad. It's like playing the good path. It's like it's hard to just outright do the bad path because you feel like you're gonna lock out too many options in most games. It's easier to just do the good stuff because you have more options, and the bad are like the other ones. Except for my boldest elite character, I've just been accidentally evil. Just accidentally killed half my party, even after getting the mod that lets me use everyone at once. Don't need it no more. Killed half the party. They're your posse. What remains of it? Hand-picked, hand-lost.
The 41st isn't...
He's too strong. Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
Just wait, crosses his arms and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
So why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to.
Why does this ring any bells?
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Yeah, Kim's a pretty cool partner. Especially just the random parts where he's like, yeah, I like my fast car. Yeah. Just anytime he's like, you get the little peek into the Kim that's not a cop, it's like, oh, this guy. This guy likes to have fun. Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, isola, pale, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before
No, I did
when
not dance
Harry
with him.
did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Looks like there's another time I need to learn to dance. I'd probably kill myself anyway with my savoir-faire.
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
I think it might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2 mm hole in the world.
Corresponding to the 20 cm hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
Precisely, Sally Officer Vicmair. It's what it is. Oh! Oh! Then! Okay, I don't think I rolled good enough to dance. Damn, fucking he hits that hard style. You see? I knew those kids were cool. I'll explain later, but there's another man who lost his memory. Crab Man.
Crab Man is an unfortunate choice of words, but I was there. The church on the coast shook from an audiospatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic, or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, I have put this into my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think his other anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Komodo Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us.
I also had a little bit of just, pure alcohol, rubbing alcohol. That shit just hits. Everyone, take a shot of isopropyl alcohol if you want to end your life. Wait, don't say that. That's a joke. Twitch and YouTube, that's a joke.
But Detective,
I forgot where I was.
He has blanked
I was
out
out here stealing
before.
myself. I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. 2 cases in your ledger. The Insolvable case and the Next World mural. Those are recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
Just towards the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership. Now. Ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I drove it into the ocean while I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I got my badge right here. Show it to them. Legendary failure. In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your... I had to... Oh my god. Oh my god. Juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and lands on the ground some 2 meters away. Ouch. You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Yeah. I have no coordination. I knew I was going to get beat. I didn't know I was lose fights here. Couldn't even take stuff out my fucking... Why is it a legendary test?
He found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
The man stares at you unimpressed. As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. I'm gonna kill someone with this gun. I'm just gonna drop and fucking pop me in the head. With all these material objects. Here we go again. Lost gun, trying to terrorize you. My gun is right here. Show him the Villiers 9mm. Cause I suck at it so bad it became legendary? That's amazing.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I quit drinking. Forever. It's only me in this boring hellhole now.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Hold on. I just haven't washed myself after the autopsy. None of this matters. My older situation is meaningless compared to what I've discovered.
What you've discovered? You let the suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Gotcha. She was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained.
Oh, well. If she was specially trained, I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby's, or the fact that you're ever Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries.
I part of that saying too.
Lieutenant Dubois could between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it. Well, let's not get out of there. But there's gonna be some extra shit. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
There's a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs. He thinks of apologizing, decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer.
You know, we're just sad, boys.
It's worrying, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a fascist, a far-right woman hater, and
hold on, I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist, I'm not a woman hater.
Which, for a police officer, not good.
That's not right. I'm a feminist. I'm a fascist feminist. I'm a radical fascist feminist. Don't you ever call me a woman here.
Others still, He is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind, which I guess goes well with some of his racism. I don't know. He is vocal about both beliefs, though. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
That's day one right there.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
This photo of the phasmid shows the officers across the yard. Wind blows, slapping the gloss rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Hosanna. Shakalaka. Also an absolute a giant fascist. It sounds so ironic the way I say giant fascist. Like it's a person unwilling to be a fascist. It's like, I guess I'm a fascist now. This is what I've been trying to tell you about. Nah, I'm a giant fascist.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
Ignores me, still staring at the phasmid.
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
Yes. Yes, the phasmid may have contributed to his mental state in some way over the years.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away. This very sad man who's just seen something that made him forget his sadness. Now, you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never. I also started a nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yes, I discovered a hitherto unexplored interplanetical phenomenon in there too. 2mm hole in the world.
Get a grip. No one cares about your interplanetic adventures right now.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
Not that okay. Get off the subject now. There's also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
Still a point for you, no denying. I also confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I'm in. At this point, anything is but the drink.
Let's look into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Occurs to now be possibly anthropometical, parts of my large investigation into Martinez itself.
No, it didn't. It didn't turn out to be anthropometical again. Enough with the solar pale 2mm hole in the world line. This isn't Paradox B. We're a police force.
Paradox B is a fringe science magazine published in Grad. Its mission is to explain theories like telekinesis and inter-isolary pale before they get out of hand. Doesn't look like the lieutenant wishes you to push this angle further. Also, Phasma's female. Reads her its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It gathered other items in its nest, the helmet and the scope.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Bowers are built by males of species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored. Could have been male, actually. I still think it was female.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Observation.
Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense, yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it...
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're heading, or no. The killer, Lilianovich Dross. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich? A revolutionary matronym.
Revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Being a communard probably had to do with it, you know, class warfare stuff.
And it worked? You got a war going?
Yes, until we stopped it. He saw the mercenary as an ennemi combatant. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from, as far as motive is concerned. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more than that. I'm still not completely satisfied with it. It could just be just a little neater.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job, with a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
Buttons his jacket. God damn it, does it ever leave? It is there. Like it's in your bones or something. Passing time. So what do you say? You wanna take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the matter.
He said, eh. Looks like you did your job.
So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
A quick nod. You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So maybe this time. Once the addict, oh, isn't it? It's in my bones. We'll get our victory champagne. There's just me like, you know, I think I still have some alcohol in my pocket, or I might have given it to the bums. But, you know, just jonesing any moment. This is the face of a man who at any moment can become an alcoholic again, because he's an alcoholic now.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you finally get to know who you are. Wait, a few questions before we go about who I am. Man looks westward impatiently, jetting his car keys in his pocket. Okay, am I a dirty cop? Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Kingsman's gym teacher?
No, a regular one.
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fallen sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old school social views. A lot of your interaction with Kuno.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
See, in Coron, I was a gym teacher there.
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
Smell of sweat and glue. The worn floor. That's crazy. I was a fucking high school gym teacher before a cop. Smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coron is east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Assel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
Smirk suggests barely contained laughter. You don't know, in his 20s, he could have had them qualifications. It's a gym teacher, anyway. Like, most gym teachers just need, like, some sports science. And let's not downplay sports science. That's also probably way higher than it was. But, like, you know, some physical education certificates. Dietitian stuff helps. I've had a lot of young gym teachers. Yeah, join the RCM then.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to the gym, teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. Air filled the smell of smoke and raspberries and a full of hope. An ocean full of hope. Yeah. I mean, I'm, you know, America, New Jersey, when I went to high school. It was like easy. And it's usually, yeah, most of them it stars like subs. That's how they got their jobs though, being younger. Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
I just kept running. That's that gym in me. I like this.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
It went with it too. Really maximized damage. Was her name Dora?
Yeah, Dora England, I think.
England? Not Dora Dubois. So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
What was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gone over it. What was wrong with you? 6 years?
Yeah, or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Are you seriously using this moment to assert male privilege?
He is very passionate about this.
Okay, you're right. She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Way fish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Like a Welkin? Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. That's crazy if you say Welkin. I guess it's just wealth. Elves. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
You hear a picture of her and he goes, mid. He's like, I was all that 6 years for that? Shit. I'm fucking stupid. Okay. Am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
No, because the suspects seem to.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
You would immediately backpedal out of it. So it's not that bad. Precinct 41. What kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Price?
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Let's head northward.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torson and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic, though. Torson and McLean. An iconic duo, I take it.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And the Sea Wing is...
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
He's anything but a loser, although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way. And Price is...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nick Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. Speak of change, the city, the tensions of the streets, and speak of the events of April and the blood of the streets in May. Did we recently show up at church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM's enemies will not be discussed on this coast. So work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Phasma, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives on 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock, remember. A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this plaza, this Phasma.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
She looks at Vicmaya.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Then Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
Pulls up his collar and looks around. Cold spring light reflecting the lens of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Wants to do that at the 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. Am I crazy enough? Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one. He's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
Okay, he had name. Kitsuragi had name. He's the way he says that.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Recruit Kim. I mean, all these nice achievements to the side. He's really considering. I'm ready.
Good.
She looks at you, then Vicmaya.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. Chessboard of wooden houses. 80,000 living souls in chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41. To Boogie Street forking into the snow-swept horizon. Close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. En Rue Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides in the square-shaped chambers. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Square bullets? Oh no, those are for killing the Turks. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstam? No. Vicmir? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Kosleyab looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. We know? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
That's a big end. That's a different end. That's a game over end. Look at this. We gotta go get the old man, though. Look at their motor carriage. Look at that baby engine. The engine don't make movements. Down, ticka down, ticka down, ticka down. Down, down, ticka down, ticka down, ticka down. Ticka, 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 ticka down. Down, 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 down. Motor carriage can fit a lot of people. That's like 6 people going here. That's 5. I can count. Disco Elysium. We did it! We're the disco! I'm the Elysium! Good end! Nothing bad ever happens to me, baby! I'm the best at video games alive! Now to go read fucking Robert Kervin's book, whatever it's called, so I can know more about this world. And somehow throw money at him, because I want more in this world. It's such a good fucking world. What's next? Fucking crackhead should be asking me what's next. I don't know. Hold on, let me check the calendar. So I know I will not be streaming the 12th because Tyranny, Planescape Torment. Oh, you're sick in the head. But you're right. But you're sick in the head. But you're right. We'll see. We might play some more CRPGs. See what we got. I have a list of games I should finish. I'm not gonna start anything long. Next Saturday, I don't know what I'm gonna play, because the Saturday after that, I'm gonna be out for a church thing and then like a Warhammer tournament. So I'll be free with that. Well, busy with that, but I'll be free playing that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be something quick next Saturday. Then we can figure out what the real game is. So we have that finished. Space Marine 2. I probably just play more Space Marine 2 because I did Helldivers last night. Need to do the operations so that we have the whole story done. But I don't know. We have Black with Wukong. My favorite character. Who did I like talking to the most? I liked Kuno. Kuno was wild. But I also Measurehead. Measurehead was just saying words, and I was ready to pick out my fucking anthropology textbooks and go through every fucking thing he said. Renee hurt me that he died. Like, if there's a way to do where Renee doesn't die, I play again. Your body betrays your degeneracy. I know I now want to do a few games again with the actual full voice. Yes, oh my, that's not an acting credit you want to have on your life. Oh my god, your body betrays your degeneracy. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm probably just like, play this game a few more times on my own. Come back to it. It's just everything beautiful. Beautiful world. So is this new voice actors or just added voice acting? It looks like more people. Okay, so they just did a whole different voicing. From what I can tell. Well, out the way. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game. Gonna put my little credits on the side here too. So yeah, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. Nothing on Monday. We're gonna do some Warhammer painting on Wednesday. Hopefully play some more Space Marine on Friday. Saturday, I don't know. We'll play something quick. Something quickish. Thank you all for watching. Show me more games like this. Lovely world. Have a good one. Have a great one. It's only 4 o'clock. You have the rest of your weekend to go, guys. Have fun. Bye-bye.